Welcome back. I hope that the challenge went well for you. For me, these type of challenges are really difficult because it's one thing to watch someone else do it, and it's another thing to try to tackle the problem yourself. So I hope you're gaining some insight from that process. How I would approach this one is start off with the guy on the left. Here, I'll press F to go to full screen mode and zoom in a little bit. And what I'm noticing is because of the angle of the camera, his jaw over here is sticking out a little bit in a strange way. So to fix that, I'll go ahead and right-click or control-click the background layer and convert that to a smart object layer. Then next, go to the Filter pull-down menu and launch Liquify. The tool that I'm going for is Forward Warp. And what I like to do with this tool is just click and push a little bit. And actually, those look pretty good. Maybe a little bit bigger brush and a little bit less pressure. And I just use that as a starting point because it really depends upon the resolution of the file and the image and what type of movement you're going to be making. So I'll tap the left bracket key to make this smaller. So I just like to do that first test with whatever settings I've used last. That's what it keeps track of up there. Now with this jawline, I'm trying to just nudge this over, make it look really smooth and consistent so it sort of flows in this way so that we aren't distracted by it. When we click on the preview checkbox, you can see the before and after. Another way to do that is just tap the P key. The P key allows you to see your before and after as well. So with that in mind, I think I'm done here. Click OK. And this one was really just about the forward warp, which you can see allowed me to nudge in that side of the face. All right, moving to the next image, which I'll access it by pressing Control Tab. Control Tab allows you to cycle through your open documents when you're in a full screen mode. I also always like to work in full screen just because it opens up more space for the image. And you can access that by pressing the F key. So when you press the F key multiple times, it goes through those various screen modes. Well, with this one, what are we going to do? I'll duplicate this layer this time because I'm not quite sure how this is going to work. So Command J on a Mac, Control J on Windows. I'll name this layer Fix because that's really what I want to do. Jump up to Filter and choose Liquify. Here with the Forward Warp tool, I'll start off by working on the back side of the garment over here, this little weird point that's sticking out. So I'm going to click and drag to take that in because it really isn't that natural. It's sort of a strange shape that was back there. And then up here, I'm going to click and drag out. There's a little divot, and sometimes you push out from one part and push in from another. And just looking to kind of straighten this line out a little bit. It looks like it's sort of off. His shirt's pretty wrinkly here. So I want to try to correct some of that. And so changing my brush size and going back and forth over these areas is giving me a decent ability to deal with that. I'll do the same thing up here a little bit too. So just looking to minimize the variation that we have in that part of the image and then maybe over here. All right, well, when we press the P key, you can see there's my before and after. That's looking good. So far, so good. Step one on this one is done. Here I'll click OK. Now what's step two? Now, step two is kind of interesting because what I asked you to do was to deal with this little fold or this part of the shirt. So it's a little bit of a trick because what I'm going to do first is some spot healing because I want to get rid of the wrinkles above before I get rid of that wrinkle down below. So I'm just going to work with spot healing here, or even the healing brush would work well too. Go ahead and Option or Alt click on a good source area and paint over the texture, covering up whatever we had there before. All right, so that's step number one for me, is working on my texture using the healing tools in order to bring some better texture into that area. We can see how that's getting rid of what was there. Step two is going to require another layer. So I'll create a new layer. When I'm really working fast, I like to create these by way of a shortcut. That's Shift-Command-N on Mac, Shift-Control-N Windows. And I'll name this one Sleeve. Often I'll name it something that I'll be able to remember that relates to something in the image. And here I'll press the S key for the clone stamp tool and make my brush a touch bigger. And all that I'm going to do, this will seem weird at first, but is just sample a good part of the sleeve right there. I think maybe right around here is pretty good, and bring it up to a higher point, and then just click lots of times here and bring this over. Now, I know that right now it's sort of shooting off in the wrong direction, but we can fix that. And one of the ways we can fix that is with Free Transform, Command T on a Mac, Control T on Windows. You can access Free Transform by clicking on the icon in the options bar, or what I like to do is just right click on the Free Transform area and choose Warp. That gives you really quick access to this. And basically what I need to do is just pull this down and around. I need to have a little more bend in that area, then press enter and return. And if we zoom in on that, basically what I did was I just took that and I just put that over it and then bent it back down using that warp command. Now, because I've cleaned up this side of the shirt over here, I need to clean up some other areas as well. So back down here on this layer, I'll grab my spot healing brush or my healing brush. Either one I think will work well. And I'm just going to look to try to minimize a few of the other wrinkles. And this is, again, another helpful retouching trick. And what it is that if you're going to retouch one area of the image, you probably will need to retouch some other areas. And the reason is it will look strange if you have this wrinkle or all these wrinkles removed from one part of the image but not another. So I'm just taking these down just a little bit here, nothing huge, but just trying to diminish some of the wrinkles that I'm seeing here. And so I'm using spot healing really quickly, big, bold adjustments over that area. Grab the healing brush with a little bit of a bigger brush here and bring back some texture. I find that the texture up here in this part of the shirt is pretty good. And so I'm using that to cover up the areas that got a little smudged up, because when you use spot healing, that tends to happen. So just cleaning up some of those areas, and I think that's pretty good. Let me see how I'm doing. This is my before, some fix on the shirt, and then the after. The last thing that I'm seeing here is, while the point is fixed, this is still too round for me. So I want to fix that even a little bit more. So with the layer above sleeve, I want to flatten that down because I don't really need that as a separate layer. So I'll press Command E on a Mac or Control E on Windows. That takes the layer you're on and merges it right down to the layer underneath it. And I'm doing that because I'm committed to it. I think it's good, so I don't need to have it on a separate layer. Then I'll go back to my liquify filter here on this layer. And what I realized, I think, in this last little view, and I legitimately did realize it, I mean, I'm trying to do these from scratch just like you guys are, is that the shape of the arm became a little too soft. And so I wanted to make that line just look a little bit stronger, a little bit better there. And then I'll click OK. And so basically that last adjustment you can see was just about nudging that back in. All right, well, here it is. This is the before, and then now here is the after.